practiced it enough. But now, Virtus.pro, we saw them pick it at Katowice last week. They've been picking it in ESEA, and here we go. They're on it again, and they picked it against Cloud9. So let's see how it goes.
We are live, ladies and gentlemen, with the first semi-final here at the Gfinity Arena in London. Myself, Chewy, joined alongside me is Knight, and take it away, good sir.
Here we go, Mihu, the man outside, but it's going to be the biceps to open things up as Get Right leads the charge down towards this lower bomb site. A plant is crucial here for the CTs, but Byali and Taz going big. Forest and Exist have made their way towards the upper bomb site. Forest there with the second kill, but Nip are still outnumbered here.
Yeah, they're in a bit of a tricky spot. Mihu just round the corner is going to peek his way into A main and spots Forest, and he will go down. So now it is all left up to Exist. He has planted the bomb, but it will not lead to too much here as Virtus.pro pick up their first round on the CT side of Nuke.
Yeah, and obviously, because Nuke is such a CT-sided map, ideally, when you manage to win the pistol on the T side, on paper, providing you don't mess anything up, it should give you a nice 3-0 lead. And realistically, on the T side, you're only looking for 5 or so rounds on the T side. So if Ninjas in Pyjamas had won the pistol round and found themselves up with a 3-0 lead, they'd have had a much less steep uphill struggle to go towards at this point. It's going to be difficult now because Virtus.pro, they've brought the M4s out, but they've got to be careful with their positioning because if they give away any of these M4s, you can put your money on NIP making them pay the price.
This is the thing, at the top tier levels of CSGO, or any tier really, you've got to be really careful on those anti-ecos when you do get those rifles so that you don't allow the aggression with those pistols getting close up in your face to do too much damage to you here. So Virtus.pro will be hoping for just a quick second round here, and Byali does start things off on to Get Right, getting the first kill of the round as Mihu does take down Alu.
Yes, he does, but Forest, the king of pistols, wow, he's going to get nailed in the head as well, and so far not really been too much of a great eco for NIP. However, despite Miku's 4-man, let's see whether NIP are going to have enough money to work with. Yes, they will. They planted the bomb on the first round, and they're finally going to pull the AK-47s out.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how Miku plays in this series. He looks like he's been having a good tournament so far. Of course, the stand-in for the Polish squad. Unfortunately, Snack's not able to join us here in London due to illness, I do believe it is. And we will see just how well he fits into the roster. He's got experience playing with these guys before, so I don't expect him to have too many issues whatsoever. And of course, on the Swedish side, Alu, the new addition from Finland. As we go into round number 3, the first buy round here for NIP, and Forest starts things off.
He most certainly does. Forest does what Forest does best by getting frags to open things up for his team, and those entry frags here for NIP are going to be so crucial. Exist knows exactly where Pasha's hiding. He's going to try and hunt him down, but no! Pasha gets the frag, and now NIP, they're a man down, but Pasha knows they're coming.
We'll have a look at this. The frags are just heavily going in favor of Virtus.pro all of a sudden after Forest started things off, and it is all left up to that new addition that we just talked about, and of course Get Right, one of the best players in CSGO or in CS history. I'm sure a lot of people would argue left in a 2 versus 4 situation. They do have some good time on the clock here, 48 seconds left, and they're making their way down secret over towards that lower bomb site.
Get Right and Alu with it all to do. It has to be said that Alu hasn't had the best tournament of his career so far, but if there's any time for him and the Ninjas to turn it around, that time is most definitely now.
Pretty tense, isn't it? You can see already the atmosphere in the arena. Everything all quiet as now NIP make their entrance into that lower bomb site. Have a look at Pasha. Cheeky little position here, and I'm sure he may hear them drop down, and he will probably peek out just at the right time as the smoke grenade goes down to try and cut off Pasha in that position. Alu is going to attempt to plant the bomb, but he will go down. Taz takes off the head of Get Right as well, and that will be a very swift retake on the lower bomb site from Virtus.pro.
Yeah, good retake from Virtus.pro. Again, one of the things that Snacks, in fact, Snacks is such a key part of how Virtus.pro play their CT side on Nuke, because he actually plays outside, and he plays it both with the M4 and the AWP. Now, the reason I think Mihu is a good replacement is because he's a very competent AWPer. He's, of course, InShock's main AWPer, I believe, who are the 3rd best Polish team, I think. But he's also extremely competent with the rifle, and Mihu fits that bill. So that's why we saw Mihu playing outside. But Snacks by himself, it's not just the holding of outside that he's so good at, it's his constant rotations between the 2 bomb sites. And Pasha there took a leaf out of Snacks' book to get himself in a great position to stop the plant.
Exist will be the first casualty of round number 4 as NIP are forced down onto pistols. Pasha gets 2 of his own, make that a hat-trick. But missed the biceps. Swift work from Virtus.pro. They are not holding back whatsoever. They are bringing it right to the faces of Ninjas in Pyjamas. And they've already got those 4 initial rounds on the board here as we do see an AWP now going to Alu.
Yeah, and it's crucial now that Ninjas in Pyjamas finally get on the scoreboard because they're allowing Virtus.pro, granted they are on the more expensive CT side, they're allowing Virtus.pro to build up this economy. So what it'll mean is, once Ninjas in Pyjamas finally win a round, they're still going to come up against M4s and AWPs, and they lose that round, and Ninjas in Pyjamas' economy will go straight back down the toilet.
Mihu and Alu will find each other here as Alu misses the shot. On to Mihu, and will he be punished for that? We will find out. Forrest now making his way into the garage area as well. They've got heavy presence outside, although, of course, look at where that bomb is still, Kyanite. Back over towards the T spawn area. Just waiting to see what information they can find as it's a 1-for-1 trade outside.
4-on-4. Forrest, all eyes on heaven. Get right, his left-hand man. And Ninjas in Pyjamas here just waiting outside. They know that Virtus.pro know they're outside. It's almost like both teams are waiting for each other
the mind games,
to stumble and make a mistake for him to capitalize on it. And did Neo make that mistake? I don't think Forrest spotted him. Neo has no idea what's going on here. Forrest spots him, pulls the trigger, but can't get the kill.
Only a tiny bit of damage done to that player, and he will re-peek it. Forrest sprays down, and he does pick up the kill. So man advantage in favor of the Swedes here as flashbangs go down over towards Pasha on ramp, and he's taking it very sneakily. He's going to get spotted out as Freiburg shuts him down. So this is looking good now for NIP.
Yeah, NIP, 2 men up. They can't throw this one down towards the lower bomb site. They go. Exist, getting caught with his pants down. Needs now Bayali to avoid that Molotov, but Get Right doing what Get Right does best by lurking round from behind, and Virtus.pro now surrounded.
Well, have a look at this. Taz has evened up the situation, so a 4-on-2 back to a 2-on-2 retake situation as the bomb has been planted. Freiburg staying hidden, staying passive, and that's a good decision from him. Bayali jumps his way down onto the lower bomb site, tries to check to see if he can find anybody, and I have a feeling he's aware of where Get Right could be here.
Freiburg, a perfect position. Bayali gets the headshot, but does he have enough time to defuse? The bomb's ticking, but it will just about go off. So unfortunate there for Bayali and Taz. They were significantly outnumbered, and to drop all the NIP players, that's going to do a world of good for VP's economy. But NIP, money's tight again, but they can still afford to buy these AKs. But what I really want to see is, how long is it going to take to get the big green gun, the big AWP, in the hands of Alu? Because he's going to be so crucial for their entry frags in areas like outside.
And I agree. I mean, you know, we saw him miss that first shot, and Alu's not the kind of player that you would expect to miss those kinds of shots. NIP wouldn't have picked him up as a player if he was going to consistently do that. Talking about AWP shots, though, Pasha's got the big green gun in his hand as he gets 2 initial frags onto Exist and Get Right. Make that the hat trick for Mr. Biceps. Lovely start for him in round number 6.
Freiburg and Alu now to try and save the day up against the Virtus Plow. Bayali, all eyes on this upper bomb site. That nade is going to land on Freiburg, and they know exactly where he's hiding. And at the moment, NIP, again, just taking their time with slow, methodical play, waiting for Virtus.pro to make a mistake. But Virtus.pro, they're just so good on nuke.
Well, this is the thing. Virtus.pro almost brought back a 4 versus 2 situation earlier on in the last round. Can NIP try and repeat the fate, but this time win it? We will find out as Taz spots the head of Freiburg. It seems the caster's curse has come into play as soon as I say that, and now Alu. The last one left alive versus 4, despite the fact of Pasha being low. I mean, those 3 AWP shots for him at the start of the round pretty much secured this 6th round here for Virtus.pro.
Can never rule anything out for the Ninjas. Bayali has a feeling he knows where Alu is, sprays and prays, gets the frag, and the Poles, at the moment, marching into a 4-round lead.
Not only that, it looks like if things go according to script, it could be a 5-round lead here, apologies, as NIP, they are broke, hardly any money in the bank whatsoever. Let's see what pistols they decide to keep. It looks like they're not really going for many Tech 9s or anything whatsoever, just 1 P250 in the hands of Get Right, and we can actually hear the Virtus.pro players starting to get pumped in the booth just to our right-hand side here at the Gfinity Arena.
Interesting position taken with the AWP from Pasha, going inside, but look at this, the Ninjas in Pyjamas, Steam Train coming towards outside, but Bayali's on point. Bayali's ready for him up against this eco, gets the double. Taz will come in to help him out, but surely Nip aren't going to win this eco there.
That HE grenade did significant damage to Get Right, and he is the last one left alive now. Taz misses his spray. Not all too often that you see that, but Pasha will clean it up anyway. Good economic done by Ninjas in Pyjamas, getting 3 kills, but it wasn't quite enough. 6 rounds to 1 it will be, and let's have a look at the money for NIP. It's still not exactly too great. Let's see what they decide to do. They're leaving it right to the last second to decide if they want to eco this, and they will in fact do so.
1 Tech 9, 2 Tech 9s, 1 P250, 2 P250s, and Freiburg's lovely Deagle Blaze. So Ninjas in Pyjamas, they're running out of time. We've got a double AWP setup coming out from Virtus.pro. The man with the biceps with one and Neo with another. And there is that man, arguably the best ever CS 1.6 player, holding ramp room. We saw him do this with the AWP, roll back the years against Cloud9, and it looks like he's going to do it again.
Well, I know I use this term a lot as a caster, but it's just the dynamic positions coming in as Alu does respond onto Mihu there with the trade frag, but still, the man advantage in favor of the Polish squad here. Let's see what damage Get Right can do as he drops down. The bomb is still back there, but this is going to be a very tricky round for NIP to take. Missing a few shots. Pyjamas will clean up his hard work, though. And Knight here, I mean, what do Ninjas in Pyjamas need to do to try and get some more rounds on the board? Because Virtus.pro are looking so confident.
Well, on this round, they need to make sure they plant the bomb because they need the money. But the question is, are Virtus.pro going to allow them to do so? Get Right with the Tech 9. Yes, Alu will get his second of the round. He's finally getting himself on the scoreboard, but he does fall to his death. And now Get Right, 3 versus 1 by Ali by the looks of things. Both by Ali and Taz know exactly where he is, and they're going to hear the plant come in now.
Taz drops down from the upper bomb site, sprays with his M4 and will pick up the kill. Drop down to only 6 points of health, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter too much. He's going to swap out for his Tech 9 there. Plenty of time left to defuse with that kit, and that will be the 7th round on the board for Virtus.pro. Or should we already kind of be calling them the Virtus Plow? Look at Byali. Now that's an interesting stat, 10-1. Recently there's been a lot of discussion about that player with his online performances that he may be slacking a bit. Certainly not so here on Nuke.
Oh, he's played very, very well so far. Just holding that upper A bomb site. He's quick to rotate down towards the lower bomb site. And that is one of the reasons why Nuke is so CT-sided. Both bomb sites are on top of each other. It takes just 2 seconds to rotate between the two.
Well, here we go. We are into round number 9. Pasha still with our AWP in hand. No double AWP setup this time from the CTs. Just one in the hands of Mr. Biceps and Exist over in radio. Just seeing what information he can find. Gets a grenade right at his feet. Not that it will do too much damage here, but let's see if NIP can start to bring this back in their favor.
Taz, he's hiding in that smoke, and he's in a great position to deal a heck of a load of damage. Neo, he's not got the AWP anymore, but Taz with the hat-trick up against the Ninjas. Pasha joins in as well, and now it's all down to Freiburg. I said it was down to Freiburg, but now Freiburg, he himself is down. 8-1 to the Poles.
Ninjas in Pyjamas still with enough money in the bank to buy up here. Would expect them to do so. There we go. Just leaving me on the edge of my seat there for a second. 5 AK-47s will be the name of the game. No AWP. I believe we've only seen the AWP in the hands of Alu for 1 round so far out of the 9 that's been played as we do go into round number 10.
They haven't had the money.
No, exactly.
Looks like they're going to blow up that squeaky door. 2 men, however. Freiburg to lead the charge towards ramp room. Neo sends him back home to Sweden. Exist returns the frag here for the Ninjas, but Pasha's got to be careful. Pasha with the headshot, but he knows now that NIP have ramp room control and could very likely drop down to the lower bomb site.
This shows just the class of this player. Even getting 1 frag, he doesn't get too aggressive after that and gets a bit cocky. He allows Byali to does the work from the lower bomb site here as NIP try to make their entrance on that lower bomb site. Alu with 2, Get Right onto Mihu, and now suddenly Taz is the last one left alive in a 1 versus 2, but it really wouldn't put it past me if he could pull off this clutch here. You never know with Taz.
Well, his teammate must have spotted that the bomb, in fact, went down because of Taz's positioning, but Get Right comes in, and the applause comes in from the audience as well. And NIP, they need to wake up now. They've finally got around on the board. This is a perfect opportunity for them to build up a bit of momentum, and they need a lot more rounds of this on the T side of Nuke going into the CT side.
I believe Byali with his current score spent about $9,000 in that round. He did drop an AWP for Pasha here. Because of the amount of rounds that they've won so far, especially in succession, they are going to be able to rebuy here with no trouble.
They're the Bank of Poland
whatsoever.
right now.
The Bank of Poland, exactly, yes. Indeed. As we do now see AWP, Alu with the AWP, in fact. So 2 big green guns on the field as we go into round number 11. Get Right starts things off.
Get Right with the entry, that's what he's good at. Taz comes in, but it's not going to be enough as the Ninjas twist and turn to make their way towards Secret. Alu's going to clear everything out, but really you have to fancy the Ninjas, particularly if Neo falls to his death here. It's a battle of wits between Neo and Forest. But NIP, they're just taking their time outside, and Bayali's now seen the bomb.
He has. Freiburg does respond onto Bayali, though, and it will be left up to Neo up in heaven. Will it do damage? Yes, it will. Perfectly placed. It's not going to matter too much in the grand scheme of things, as Alo finishes the round off, securing round number 3 for Ninjas in Pyjamas, 2 in a row. And this is the thing on the CT side, when you have to invest so heavily, it being the more expensive side as well, you lose 2 rounds in a row to NIP here, and you're forced back onto what looks like a weird force buy here. We've even got Scout and a Mag 7.
Yeah, exactly. Mihu and Pasha, no helmets, but of course up against the AK-47s, not going to make that much of a difference. So NIP, they've had a lot of success outside, and Mihu has realised that, and he's going to push up close and personal. NIP have no idea. Mihu with the double, and single-handedly sending the Swedes back to Sweden.
He will get taken down by Exist, so a 2-for-1 trade in favour of the CTs with the less powerful weaponry in this round number 12. The crowd already just applauding his play there for great work. Exist gets 2 of his own though, so now we are back even. Have a look at his HP though, Carnite, down to 24.
NIP, they had the 2-man lead, but they've let it go now. But you still fancy him for this round simply because Neo is stuck with that Scout and Pasha is stuck with the Mag 7. So Forest comes in, opens things up. But the question at hand now is, are NIP going to go to the upper or the lower bomb site?
We'll find out as they make their way outside. As you said, they've been favouring this area of the map, and they've been having some good success over here. Apart from Mihu's initial play at the start of this round, I have a feeling they're going to be making their way to the lower bomb site, and as soon as I say that, Taz is aware of that as he drops down vents. But NIP need to get their skates on here, Carnite. Look at the time, only 23 seconds left in this round.
I've seen them do this before. They're going to boost Exist in. See if we can get a pick in heaven, but still 15 seconds on the clock. NIP, they've got to get a move on. They need this boost to develop fast. Freiburg's going to come in. Pasha's waiting, but with 7 seconds on the clock, they can't waste any time to try and plant the bomb here. Is it going to be too late? The code will be put in, but just in the nick of time. NIP, they left it late, but now they're in a great position to win their 4th round.
The nip magic, I think, coming into play there a tiny bit. It's Taz now the last one left alive. I have a feeling here, Kyanite, because he was coming out of secret there and NIP planted the bomb and allowed themselves to get into some good after-plant positions. I'd be surprised if he decided to try and retake this one, and he will just go for the exit frag. So in the grand scheme of things, the score will now be 8-4, still in favour of Virtus.pro, obviously, but NIP, with 4 rounds on the board here on the T side, are going to be pretty happy with their performance in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, definitely, especially if they manage to up that number as well, and why not? But one thing we need to bear in mind is both teams here are extremely experienced.
Yes.
You know, Virtus.pro in this case, they know they've given NIP that sort of threshold amount of rounds that ideally they wouldn't like to give them any more. So they've got experienced legs like Taz and Neo. These guys have been around for years. They're not going to let their teammates' heads drop. They're going to say, come on, guys, we got this. Stay focused. And that's important for Virtus.pro now, because Counter-Strike, as much as it is a physical game, you've got to be mentally strong as well.
And despite them being outgunned in round number 13, you still wouldn't put it past Virtus.pro to do some good damage here with these pistols, maybe even pick up the round. Taz, one of the crucial players for this Virtus.pro squad, in a lot of people's opinion, still does have that M4, which he managed to save from the last round, as we do see once again NIP taking good control of the outside area on the nuke.
Yeah, they know that Taz saved an M4, and they'll know that their opponents are on an eco. They know they've dropped the M4 now. Get Right coming in. And the reason why they went outside is knowing that their opponents were on pistols. They wanted to keep their distance and utilize their AK-47s as well as possible. But Virtus.pro at this current point, Chewy, even if they lose this round, they've still done very well to drop at least 2 of these NIP players.
Yep, they have done some good damage, as now Neo is left 1 versus 3 here, right on top of the A-bomb site, as Ninjas in Pyjamas look to confirm their 5th round here on the T side of Nuke. And we've just got a bit of time to waste it, just as this round does close out in the finishing few seconds here. I was talking to the NIP guys this morning in the hotel, and I was talking to them last night after their game versus Property, which was an absolute stonker of a game if you didn't watch it. And these guys are not very well. Coming back from Katowice, they are pretty sick. So we'll see if that does affect their play whatsoever, as Neo drops down to the lower bomb site.
P250 in hand, spots Freiburg. And Freiburg with the headshot to finish things off. So a solid round there from Ninjas in Pyjamas. I'm not going to lie, there was one point where Virtus.pro won so many consecutive rounds where I thought to myself, hold on a second, Virtus.pro have turned themselves on. But talking about turning yourself on, the Ninjas, this is the thing about NIP, you called it nip magic. Whenever it seems they're down and out of the blue, they just seem to emerge from the shadows again.
But Virtus.pro can do that as well. Virtus.pro are one of my favorite teams for doing that. When things are in an unfavorable position, they can move it back in their favor. They do have the 3-round advantage now, but it is round number 14. 2 rounds left in the first half, as we do have an AWP in the hands of Pasha and one on Alu, as you would expect.
So Pasha, the designated author here. Yesterday was Miku, this time round it's Pasha. Virtus.pro playing with this dynamic defense. They're changing it around to try and suit up against ninjas in pyjamas. Get Right just about spotted Pasha, but he's going to go down secret unnoticed. Well played from Get Right.
That lurker roll coming in very well to Get Right, it seems, so far here on Nuke. We've got just under a minute left on the clock. Smashes go down over towards ramp room, but still those smoke grenades are just holding back the terrorists and not allowing them to push anywhere. Exactly, just bearing down the clock, that's all they need to do. On top of that, we see Alu has been tagged to 27 HP, so he needs to be careful, but look at Lurker, Get Right, with 2 quick kills, completely unnoticed. Kyanite, this is why he's one of the best players in the world.
Exactly, he went down secret unnoticed, and Virtus.pro, they're going to be fuming that Pasha allowed him to get in that position. And he's got 2 frags already, he's hungry for 4, he knows exactly where Taz is hiding, but Taz gets the headshot instead, and Virtus.pro, they might salvage this somehow.
Well, suddenly Get Right now is in an ace situation. He's in a 1 versus 3, and he's got to get an ace to do it. That's his 3rd. Taz knocked down to 10 points of health. And can this man do it? Look at the clock, Kyanite. He's not got much time, unfortunately. This is going to be one very, very tricky task indeed. He gets the smoke grenade down, and he will plant the bomb, but Taz moves straight forward. Get Right will not pick up the kill. And Taz finishes him off. The crowd liked that round, Kyanite, and I think we did as well.
Credit where it's due to Get Right. That was phenomenal play.
Yeah.
But again, it's a wake-up call for Virtus.pro. You know what I mean? They're going to be hungry to make this 10-5. Money's still tight. They lost a lot of men that round. And ninjas in pyjamas with the cheaper AKs. Going to see if they can, in their 6th round of the game.
Well, here we are. Round number 15, last round of the first half on the first map of the Gfinity Spring Masters semi-finals, of course, Envious versus Cloud9, the second match here on the main stage this afternoon in London. 5 AK-47's the name of the game for NIP, and once again, Kyanite really just should expect this now. They're getting good outside control, although Pasha's going to be the man to try and stop that, and he's getting aggressive through the smoke. Look at that little gap there that he's just trying to abuse.
Well, that's what I love about Virtus.pro. They play such an aggressive style of Counter-Strike. It's high risk, high reward, but by the looks of things, they're going to get past Pasha again. And the question at hand now is he going to try and sneak behind them?
Well, he's actually going to get caught out there by Forest, who stayed outside. And we do see it now left in a 4-on-3 situation. Forest with 2 fast frags there even, as Get Right does take down Taz, and now by Ali. Last one left alive versus 4 will take down Forest. So that's the start, but he's still got a long way to go here. And NIP have plenty of time to play with. They planted the bomb. Get Right finishes him off. And at the half-time mark, Kyanite, 9-6. Still in favour of Virtus.pro, but you've got to give it up to the Swedes as well. Good half.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing we need to bear in mind as well, that NIP in a weird way sort of have a small advantage because, well, they've got a demo of Virtus.pro to work off yesterday based off what happened on Cloud9. Whilst Virtus.pro, they finished so late, they may not have actually had a chance to take a look at NIP's nuke demo earlier on.
In all honesty, I think NIP is so ill at the minute.
Both teams know each other so well.
Yeah, exactly. So. Who knows, eh? Who knows what preparation they did as the crowd waving, getting ready for the second half here. I'm certainly excited to see which way it goes, and Kyanite, it's got to be relatively crucial here for Virtus.pro to try and pick up this pistol and carry on what they started to do in the first half before NIP disrupted their party.
Both teams have already played nuke here at this tournament. NIP beating Gamers 2 16-8. Virtus.pro, of course, beating Cloud9 16-8. But here we go, Freiburg with the silenced USP headshot, and at the moment the poles are falling like flies. And there it is, 4-man from Exist. And NIP, slowly but surely, making their way back into the game.
I've been really impressed with Exist recently. I do have to say, I thought he had an excellent tournament at Katowice, and I was casting his game yesterday with obviously the rest of the NIP squad against Property, and he was more favouring entry fragging that B bomb site on Inferno over, Freiburg at times, and he was doing it successfully, so it's going to be interesting to see if he can keep up that form. And now we do see a couple of Tech 9s, one Tech 9 in fact, a Deagle on by Ali, as Ninjas in Pyjamas move it to only a 2-round difference here on Nuke.
3 Pharmacies, an M4, and Alu with the shotgun. So, Virtus.pro just sniffing things out, trying to figure out where NIP are hiding. And Freiburg with the wallbang. Well, well, well. That's all he needs, just a glimpse of an opponent. And even if there's a wall between them, he will get the kill. But Taz has other ideas.
Well, he does. He responds on to Exist with the Rec 9, as it's been dubbed recently. Alu's got a lot of attention coming his way from Neo. Is he going to peek out? He will, and he takes off his face. Neo did get a kill onto Forest, though, so we are actually still in a 3 versus 3. As soon as I say that, Get Right does take down Mihu, and now Taz, left on 12 points of health, is the last player alive against 3. So a relatively good hold. Obviously, NIP wouldn't have wanted Forest and Exist to go down in this round just to help out their economy on the more expensive CT side here of Nuke. But still, as long as you pick up those rounds and bring back that deficit, they'll be happy.
And it looks like we're going to have a battle between Taz and Freiburg. And to no surprise, the man with the M4 emerges victorious out of that battle. So 9-8, it's getting tight now. NIP, they're the ones with weapons. Virtus.pro, they're going to probably take this on with just pistols. Not going to bother buying up armor because they want to buy up come this next round as well. Yeah. And one thing I'm really interested in seeing on their T side is whether they opt to have Pasha as their main T side AWPer or Michu, or maybe even give it to Neo, because Neo, as well as Snacks, they've both been sort of Virtus.pro secondary AWPers recently. It's just unfortunate that Snacks isn't here to join us.
It is, and we do have to take that into account, of course, with this match today. It is a shame that he's not here, but Mihu, I think he's been holding his own, so fair play for him. Stepping in at the last minute for this team. Get Right starts things off onto Byali, though, of course, this is just an eco coming in, a couple of P250s, but not really too much to work with here for the Polish squad of Virtus.pro. And I think this should all be even here, Carnite 9-9.
Gonna walk straight into the crosshair of Alu. He gets one. Get Right terminates Pasha outside. And NIP now, they're 2 men up, but Mihu has picked up that M4, and Forest knows about it, I think. He'll realise that now. He's making a bit of noise. Virtus.pro know he's coming. Miku looking in the right area, but Ninjas in Pyjamas wrap around and clear everything up. And it's now even Steven at 9-9.
Into round number 19 we go, all even, as you do say yourself, good sir. And let's see if Virtus.pro can change things up now as they get their first buy round of the second half. NIP winning the pistol here on their CT side of Nuke and converting the following 2 rounds after that. 5 AK-47s for Virtus.pro, 4 M4s and a FAMAS for NIP.
So interesting how NIP are trying to hold outside at the moment. They've got a lot of people pushing through computer room, and one of them is Alu. He will fall to his death, but an important trade frag there from Forest, and NIP, they can't afford too many of these deaths because the less CTs there are, the less areas they can physically cover.
Now see Get Right picking up that drop 10-4 from his teammate, so upgrading from that FAMAS rifle as Virtus.pro make their way down outside into the secret area. Forest will be the first one to try and respond on the CT side. He finds the head of Byali, but his head gets knocked off first as the man advantage goes in favor of Virtus.pro.
Yeah, now it's just a guessing game, isn't it, for NIP? That's a problem with ramp room. It gives you that ability to go towards the upper bomb site by climbing the ladder into heaven, but it does look like Virtus.pro have their hearts set here on this lower bomb site. Taz the man to plant the bomb, and the NIP retake commences. Freiburg with the headshot. Freiburg with 2. And now Pasha and Neo, they've surely got to hold on here.
They've got the potential to do so, but Freiburg picks up his 3rd in a row as now Pasha to save the day for the Poles. AK-47 in hand. Get Right just to his right-hand side. Checking ramp room. Do have 3 kits here, so they've got time to play with, but they need to hunt this player down. Now they know exactly where he is. Pasha does get 1. He won't get the 2nd, though. Exist takes him out, and the defuse will come in from Freiburg. He was the player of that round there, the saving grace for NIP.
Yeah, 3 kills from him, and well, realistically, Virtus.pro, when they plant the bomb, they need to get in good after-plant positions. They can't afford Freiburg to drop them like that. And it was fair play to Freiburg. One of the main reasons why he got so many frags there was because he didn't actually allow Virtus.pro to get into decent after-frag positions. Taz planted the bomb, and his rotation down towards the lower bomb site happened so fast that they weren't really expecting him. And like you said, he single-handedly led the Ninjas to victory that round. But here we go. Get Right holding outside. Very different to how Virtus.pro like to hold outside with Pasha's AWP. And, well, that's why they have Get Right holding outside. He's that good. He gets the entry, but Byali returns it. And Alu is expecting something here towards ramp room. He's being dinked. He's just over this box, and down he goes. A bullet in his cranium, and Forest falls as well. And now Virtus.pro march on.
Changing up the pace, and it seems to have worked for them here as Mitri does take down Freiburg. So Exist will be the last player left alive against 4. And as soon as Virtus.pro change their pace, They win the round, 10-10, all even here. The bomb does get planted just at the last second, and of course they were able to buy in that last round because they planted the bomb in round number 19. So this game could really go either way, and in all honesty, kinda, I don't want to jinx it, but it's kind of got overtime written all over it for me.
Look, NIP still have a lot of time to redeem themselves, and in this current scenario where it's 10-10, you can't help but assume that NIP are the favourites because they are on the CT side. So the map does favour them, but it's Counter-Strike, and anything can happen.
And that's a big but. Here we go, round number 21 it is. No warps on the field as of yet. And it'll be interesting to see if NIP decide to utilise that. Alu, for me, I've got to admit, he's been a tiny bit quiet here in this game so far. And it'll be interesting to see if he decides to pick that up. He's been holding ramp room. He's the man to go down in the last round, which gave Virtus.pro that entry over towards that ramp section to allow themselves to go down to the lower bomb site. As we can see the bomb making its way outside.
Yeah, get right. It's read them like an open book. He has assumed from the smokes he knows that they're most likely going down towards Secret, but Freiburg is there before them. Freiburg with 3. And again, at such a crucial time, he steps up.
This is the thing now, well, I'll talk about that a tiny bit later on, but it's Neo going to respond on Exist. Mihu does try to take down Alu, but it'll be another kill coming in here. 2 in a row for NIP. And the point that I was about to make was what Thorin was talking about the other week, actually, on one of his videos, when he was talking about one of the best things that kept NIP being that team who could go 87-0 was not that they had the better strats, but it's the fact that they have that chemistry, the communication between them. They don't even need to say anything sometimes, and they know what to do. And Get Right realizing
they're all
that
very intelligent players.
Get Right realizing that those smokes meant that players must have been coming across to Secret, just allowed Freiburg to get himself in a good position, expect the push, and take down 3 kills.
Well, it's also the communication between Get Right and Freiburg, and the trust from Freiburg and Get Right's call.
Yeah, the chemistry, exactly.
Exactly. So here we go. 2 pistols coming out from Virtus.pro as that nade goes towards Radio Room and deals a bit of damage onto both Neo and Mihu. But you know what? We've seen these awkward buys work before. There's no reason why we won't see the Poles make it work again. They've had a lot of success here in and around this ramp room area. They know that Alu has been playing there by himself, and it seems like that's where they're heading.
Alu's going to spot the head of a player just coming from Radio Room, and he's going to back off. He does not want to challenge them and get aggressive. And in all honesty, yeah, I agree. I think it's the right decision here. He wasn't able to hold them off earlier on, and he does not want to risk anything. You could say high risk, high reward. I know I say that as a lot as a caster, but in this situation, I don't think that should be the case. As now Virtus.pro, with control of ramp room, make their way down towards the B-bomb site.
Yeah, superb smokes going out from Virtus.pro to prevent the CTs from allowing them to not get that bomb down. Alu going big with 2 kills of his own, but look at that. Bayali and Pasha flanking from behind. And are the Swedes going to crumble here at the last hurdle? By the looks of things, it's like, in fact, going to be Virtus.pro who are going to crumble. The bomb is down on the floor, and Forrest comes in and sweeps up the rest. 12-10.
They're just holding their own now, Ninjas in Pyjamas. Even though Pasha got that kill on to Get Right, another frag went down. Forgive me for forgetting who it was on the T side. NIP did not get worried. They did not get, twitchy. And that shows just the experience of this squad. That being said, though, it still wouldn't surprise me if Virtus.pro picked up their game, changed the tempo like we saw them do a couple of rounds ago when they got their first T round on the board here. And we'll see what they could do as we go into round number 23.
Well, they are on an eco bite. Just a Deagle, a Glock, and 3 P250s, so really maybe changing the tempo here won't be too bad of an idea, but let's see what Virtus.pro have up their sleeves. They know that Alu's playing ramp room by himself. They tried to hunt him down there to pick up his M4, but unfortunately to no avail.
No, we do see a Deagle once again in the hands of Bayali here, but as soon as I say that, it will get dropped to the floor as Forrest picks up the second kill of this round. Just a minute on the clock, and Virtus.pro respond with 2 kills.
They do. Miku, well, you said Virtus.pro had 2 kills. It's now 3 and a tally of 2 for Miku himself. The stand-in, of course, for Virtus.pro, and you still can't help but fancy NIP for this one. They have the big, bad weapons, but not if Pasha gets the frag onto Exist. That P250 is so deadly up close and personal, but Exist just about salvages it. But he knows that this bomb's most likely going to be going down here on the lower bomb site.
You can see Freiburg was actually on top of the A-bomb site there, right at the top. So he's got to drop down. As soon as he does, he gets 1 kill. And now it'll be all left up to Neo. They know where he is. And Freiburg, with what looked like complete confidence and relative ease, takes 2 kills just like that and defuses the bomb. And again, this is just NIP showing their class, showing why they are the team who's got to the 5 Grand Major finals, you know, in a row, non-stop.
Well, you can see the smile on his face.
Yeah.
Everyone saw it at home there. That's how calm Ninjas in Pyjamas are. And I think one of the reasons why they are so good at the game is that they genuinely love the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They love playing with each other as well. And there are a lot of teams out there who don't have as good chemistry. The guys at the analysis desk were actually talking about the old Golden 5 lineup where everyone wanted to beat everyone up, but that's not the case in Virtus.pro. They're all such good friends. They enjoy playing Counter-Strike together so much, and that's what makes them such a solid unit here in Counter-Strike.
Round number 24, and let's see what Virtus.pro can do. Of course, all of us here are hoping for an overtime
there
game.
shooting the glass just in case Virtus.pro decide to flash in off the skybox.
Great awareness. Taz did eat a Molotov to his feet a little earlier on, so he's been slightly tagged here, but still no casualties at the start of this round. Alu playing his usual position, this time on top of the box over here at ramp. Grenades through the radio room to see if he can find anybody, but it doesn't do any damage really whatsoever. And Ninjas in Pyjamas are just, you know, keeping that clock ticking, winding down the time.
Look at this, get right, sneaky, snack style, hiding in the smoke, but no! Pasha will demolish his face, and Virtus.pro now with a one-man lead. Freiburg hears them coming outside. He's pretty much surrounded, but down they fall. Great play from the Ninjas, and now it's just Pasha all alone to try and see what he can do, but there's 3 more Ninjas than him.
Yeah, such a shame for Virtus.pro. Pasha does go down, peeks his head up. I mean, that is a shame for Virtus.pro because after getting that initial entry frag on Get Right, they will have wanted to capitalize on it. All of NIP are a great squad, but to get an entry frag on Get Right, that's a really good start. And when they had those rifles in hand and they knew that their economy was a tiny bit dodgy, they needed to make sure they picked up that round. Unfortunately, it wasn't the case for them. The money is rolling for NIP, and now they are only 2 single rounds away from winning Nuke.
Well, Virtus.pro have had most of their success by going down secret and splitting towards that lower B bomb site, so it was something different from them. They knew they had outside control, but they opted to go through main because they had players in lobby as well. But unfortunately, they just couldn't unlock that Ninja in Pyjamas defense.
No, they could not. 25th round it is, and 1 AK-47 in the hands of Pasha. He's got to do a considerable even amount of damage, but Taz does go down and start things off here. And once again, it seems like the T side have been really liking getting control of the outside area on Nuke.
Yeah, of course, and it's great. That's why obviously they changed backsteps towards this new secret area, because before it used to be almost near impossible for the terrorists to get outside control. But Virtus.pro here on this eco, or force buy rather, it's so crucial for them to at least try and get the bomb down, because it will give them an extra bit of money if they lose the round, and it looks like they are going to lose the round, but without a bomb plant, unless Miku can do the impossible.
Miku to save the day, but Exist will shut him down, and that is map point here for Ninjas in Pyjamas. And it's it shows off the talent of NIP, but at the same time, Virtus.pro here, they had that really great start. They were looking so good on their CT side to start things off. They were looking confident. We heard them shouting in the booth. And then since NIP started to get, take the keys out of the Virtus plow and put it in their own machine, that booth has become very quiet just to our right-hand side here on the main stage.
You mean the NIP bus?
Yes.
Yeah.
NIP bus.
Here we go, Get Right with the auto sniper outside. See you later, Pasha. The bomb was dropped, but has it been picked up? It has been picked up by Ali, but Get Right here knows he's got to be careful. Looks like he's going to get a second, and Get Right there. Great play with the auto sniper.
Yeah, I saw him pick it up yesterday on Mirage, actually, at one point. It was quite interesting to see him utilize it. He did some good damage there, and he has done here, as now it's Miku in a 1 versus 4 to save the day for Virtus.pro. He's smoked off. He hasn't got the bomb. And although I would love to see him pull off this clutch here, Connor, I really would, I have a feeling it's not going to be possible.
Hey, dude, never say never.
Never say never.
And Miku, has to be said, he's played very well this tournament so far, so we can't rule him out just yet. He's got plenty of time to work with.
Yes, indeed. 44 seconds, it's tense. I'm wondering if NIP are aware of where he could be. They've got good control of the bomb. That's the initial thing that they need to do. Alu peeking down the bottom as Miku will make his way outside, and Alu takes it down very easily indeed. 16 to 10 in favor of the Ninjas in Pyjamas team from Sweden.
But hey, this is just the first hurdle, right? That was NIP's pick.
Yes.
We've now got Virtus.pro's pick, and they are arguably the best CSGO team on Mirage coming up next. I do have a stat that they played a few weeks ago, I think it was, and NIP actually beat Virtus.pro 16-14. I think it was in the CCS League on Mirage. So, again, both teams are so strong on it, it depends who shows up. But what's your prediction?
I think it's going to be a difficult one. I talked about this a bit yesterday because I saw NIP play against Property on Mirage.